Hello YouTube, this is Bryant Tubbs coming at you with another video. Just a quick video today. This is the finished piece. It was based off of our smaller desktop Curls. Curls has 2 stacks, a small stainless steel ball. This piece has 3 stacks in a small stainless steel ball. The last few videos I went over why we made the piece. We went to a customer's house and they loved Curls, but it was a pretty large area they were trying to fill up on the top of this wall. And so the original Curls is just a little bit too small for what they needed. So they wanted us to really just scale it up. So on average, Curls, each of these pieces are about 2 feet in length. They go from like 5-6 inches on the bottom and taper up to 0. Each of these are 3 feet in length, and the bottom was like 9 or 10 or something like that. It went up to to 0 as it went up to the piece. They're pretty close to being identical as far as style. One's just a little bit like the point slightly more up than these, just slightly. But these are a lot more difficult to bend because they're about the same thickness of metal, but they're a lot wider in the bend points. But overall, I mean, it came out really nice. I have the stainless steel ball taped and saran wrapped because I just finished painting and clear coating this piece. So I'll wait probably 6 or 7 hours to let it kind of dry to the touch. And then I'll go ahead and take this saran wrap and tape off to expose the ball, take a picture of it, put it on our website and all that kind of stuff. But just showing you, as I promised you guys, once I got the piece either close to finished or finished, I would make a video so you guys can see the finished product. The previous videos were pieces cut out. Then I made a video of me tacking the pieces together and showing you guys how we did it. Because all the welds are hidden, you can't see any other welds except where these pieces attach to the top plate. And that's TIG welded in. I could have left dimes, but I take my TIG torch and I go over the dimes and just kind of melt everything in. So it's just like a smooth transition from this piece to the base. Had I left dimes, some people appreciate dimes and some people don't when they're, looking for art pieces. People are just different. So I'll just swing this around so you can see the back. I just got to gently do it so this thing won't fall off. And that's one of the side views. Hopefully you guys can see that. But again, they're really close to being the same. And then this is a view from the back side. And as if you guys can see, you can't see any welds here on either piece. And I explained how we do that in one of the previous videos, just so you guys can kind of have an idea of how we do it and what we do and that kind of thing. But again, this is a complete piece. I will be delivering it probably next Tuesday or Wednesday, because they have a lot of guests coming over to their home. They want to have this piece on display. So I told them that I would do my best, to get the piece made and painted and all that kind of stuff, because we got the order about almost 2 or 3 weeks ago, whichever it was. But we went to Cancun last week, so we were gone for like 5 or 6 days. So I lost that time that I could have been working on this and finishing it up. And I probably would have had it delivered sooner, but it was time for a vacation. I took my wife, my 2 sons, we all just got on a plane and just went to Mexico. Had an excellent time, so I wouldn't change that, for anything. So my goal when I got back 2 days ago was to get this thing finished, get it painted, and put it in a holding spot so it'll just let it cure over time. I'm not going to put it under the heat lamp or the oven area, because it's just too hard picking this thing up and moving it to where it needs to go to get there. So I'm gonna just let it just cure on its own. It weighs about 30 pounds, but it's awkward. So when we pick it up by the board that it's sitting on, it wants to move because it's so heavy and awkward. So what I'm going to do now is just let it sit here for a couple hours. I mean, the clear coat is dry enough now that if a bug or something lands on it, it won't be able to stick to it. It'll just walk on it and just fly away. So I'm trying to let it sit here long enough to, like I say, just kind of dry. So if when we're moving it, it decides to try and tip, I can at least stick my finger out and catch it on one of the edges or something, or catch it by the stainless steel ball so it won't fall over. But it came out nicely. My biggest concern with this piece, after I finished it, was being able to put a prime coat on it, top coat, clear coat, without getting any runs. Because this is a lot of surface area that I'm having to deal with in here. That's a lot of surface area. And if you get a run, it's gonna show up like a sore thumb. So I was really patient as far as putting the coats on, because normally I'll just get impatient and just put coats on, and the next thing you know, they're running. But I mean, it's not like really humid out today. It's a nice day. It's probably mid-60s, a slight breeze, very low humidity if any. So it was a perfect day for painting. And with the slight breeze, as I was putting the coats on, they were drying, they were curing a little bit faster because of that breeze coming in. So it all worked out extremely well. I'm very pleased with it. And the other thing that I was concerned about was having, like, when you run your grinder over it, sometimes you get little dips with it. But it came out really nice. A few little dips here and there, but it's uniform, so it looks good. So we still got to come up with a name for it. Like I say, the small piece, we call it curls. We do this in multiple colors. Some will do with the ball on the base like this one. Some will do with the ball here. We'll put a ball this size. We'll have that ball floating in the center here. But some people like it, a lot of people like it. But then some people like it with the ball on the base. It just depends on the person. So I'm glad we took this piece to the customer's house and not the other piece with the ball floating, because it would have been a little difficult getting the ball to float on this one. I guess I could have put it probably here on that third spot to let it float, but then it would have been really close to this upper curl. So I like it better on the base because it's out of the way. I would really have to have been fighting trying to get around that ball had it been in the center to paint. Just trying to get in there to spray. And had that ball been there, I probably would have got some runs, because trying to get around that ball I probably would have been overspraying onto this part on the inside and would have had run. And then I would have really been upset. So it all worked out. And like I said, I just want to, as I said on a previous video, I would show you guys the finished product. Well, my words were either it'll be on the base or it'll be finished, but this is the finished product. I'm just gonna let it cure, like I said, probably about 5 days. Then I'll deliver it to the customer so they can enjoy it for Thanksgiving and all the other days of their existence. All right, guys, again, this is Bryant Tubbs, and I will talk to you guys on the next video. I think I'll be working on I'm thinking about making a little pedestal for this one, probably like 2 or 3 inches tall. So when it sits up on this wall, the pedestal will raise it up, and then I have this sitting on, so you'll be able to see the entire lower portion of this. So that might be my next project, or I might be working on some aluminum. It just depends. We also have some people that want us to do some commission work for them. So it'll just depend on what day I start the next project, which might be later on the day or could be tomorrow. All right, guys, that's going to do it for this video. I'm constantly moving, constantly working, constantly building and doing and creating. And that's just what we as artists do. We just constantly find things to do. All right, guys, so I'll talk to you on the next video. As usual, peace out.